Alright, here we are doing another pre-recorded video. Another Revolutionary War Battleground. This is Kings Mountain. Park closes at 5 p.m. Battlefield Trail, hiking trail, amphitheater. Well, I guess we want to go on the trail. I'm not as familiar with these trails like I am at Cowpens Battlefield. So I did remember to bring the clip for my gimbal this time. Collecting or disturbing plants, wildlife, or other natural features prohibited. Oh, it's like a little picnic area. Kings Mountain Battlefield Trail. If you follow the trail to your left, you will circle the base of Kings Mountain. As gathering Patriot forces did on the afternoon of October 7th, 1780, the path climbs to a rock-strewn ridge line and was defended by more than 1,000 American loyalists under the command of one British officer, Major Patrick Ferguson. The fighting tree to tree was sharp and short, lasting only 1 hour. About the time you may spend walking, at the end both Ferguson and the British hopes for a quick victory in the South were dead. A bunch of wood piled up over there. I took a pit stop on the drive here. I'll post the picture later on Discord, but I had to stop and take a picture at the famous Peach Water Tower in Gaffney. I figure everyone would like that. I have a mosquito that's following me. I also wondered, because you have to drive in, like I'm in South Carolina right now, but you have to drive into North Carolina, and then you come back down into South Carolina to get to this park. And I wanted Kings Mountain cell phone tour audio, dial and discover. Oh, that's kind of cool. We can't do it now, but I wanted to take a picture at the state line sign, but I couldn't find a place to, like, I could just pull over and do it. Maybe on the way back I'll try. The weather's perfect today. Fighting in the forest, primeval. Kings Mountain would have enabled us to oppose a superior force with advantage. It had not been covered with wood, which sheltered the Americans and enabled them to fight in their favorite manner. Yeah, I've always thought that the reason why this was a turning point in the Revolutionary War was because of the mountains. Look at all those rocks up here. Obviously, the British forces would not have ever had to encounter mountainous terrain, so they weren't used to it, and that gave the colonists the advantage. Excuse me. I've got the trail to myself so far. Parking lot was pretty full. of the Colonial Road, but we're going to stay on the path. Oh, there's something up there. Should we walk up there? Let's be adventurous. Let's see what's up here, and then we'll come back down. I have a mosquito that's tagging along with me. Oh, there is something up here. Here fell Major William Chronicle, October 7th, 1780, erected by the Major William Chronicle chapter. I'll have to look him up. I don't know who that is. Major William Chronicle. Let's get a picture. Instead of posting these as I go in Discord, I'll just post them all later. Okay. Downhill we go. We also missed a sign over here, so we need to go back and read that. I don't know how, if you guys can tell, it's pretty steep. But no injuries, so it's a win. Local boys and spies, the Patriots who formed battle lines at the foot of this steep hillside, were local boys who knew Kings Mountain well. Some had used a large clearing atop the ridge as a deer hunter's camp. The local boys. Probably not a lot has changed since then. Oh, here we go. Another sacred to the memory of Major William Chronicle. Captain John Maddox, who were killed at this place on the 7th of October 1780, fighting in defense of America. Colonel Ferguson, officer of His Britannic Majesty, was defeated and killed at this place. Wow, wow. We definitely need a picture of that. Try to get a close-up of the there we go. Historical. So peaceful out here. Yeah, I probably would not get a signal at all. So glad we're doing it this way. We're pre-recording. My mosquito is still following me. You can tell, you can feel it in the air. The fall is almost here. It's a nice little creek. We can pick up the sounds of the creek there. This will be nice when the leaves start turning colors, be out here. Hear an airplane. We are kind of close to the Charlotte airport. Well, not close, but close enough we can hear the planes. Tighten the noose. Fire as quick as you can and stand your ground as long as you can. When you can do better, get behind trees or retreat. But I beg you not to run quite off. If we are repulsed, let us make a point of returning and renewing the fight. There's another one of those. Dial and discover. Press 4. That's cool. See a lot of fallen trees. I'm wondering if this is also from the hurricane. Hurricane Helene did so much damage. Did they have safety cones in the Revolutionary War? What are we guarding against? I guess right there. Tell the path got a little dented right there. Shoot tree to tree. Ben Hollingsworth and myself took a ride up the side of the mountain and far away from tree to tree up to the summit. I recollect I stood behind one tree and fired until the bark was nearly all knocked off and my eyes pretty well filled with it. Yeah, I mean, all these hills, and this is technically like a mountain too. See, I feel like Cowpens was more open, whereas here, it'd have been more hills and trees. And if you lived here, you would have the advantage. So that's exactly what happened. I'm really shocked because the parking lot was really full. I haven't even encountered anyone out here yet. I guess the trail, it's on par with Cowpens, but they do have a bigger visitor center here. Round and round we go. Could not ask for better weather than this. Up a little uphill. Do have my water with me. Wearing the Baltimore Ravens hat today. Go Ravens. Football season's about to start. Well, you guys don't want to see me. You're here for the views. And I am certainly not the view. I'm gonna set the phone down here in a minute. I'm getting thirsty. I'll just go around this turn. There's a bench over there. We'll stop at the bench. All right. Let you guys look out that way. So peaceful. Hi. Whew. All right, onward we go. I don't remember the trail at all, so I don't know where we're going or what we're going to see. The Cowpens walk was just over 1 hour. So this might be shorter than that. I'm not really sure. Once again, like Cowpens, it's kind of morbid when you think about it. A lot of people died here. Be your own officer. When we encounter the enemy, don't wait for a word of command. Let each of you be your own officer and do the very best you can. If in the woods, shelter yourselves, and give them Indian play. Advance from tree to tree and killing and disable all you can. It's a motivational quote. All right, mosquito. Ooh, a little uphill again. Looking behind me, I don't see anyone. Been watching these time slip videos on YouTube where people claim to have time slips. Let's hope that I don't time slip back into the Revolutionary War. This isn't the place you would want to be. Whew. I'm going uphill. They do have plenty of benches, which is really cool. Yeah, I wish I could stream live from here. You get so used to walking and reading chat, you miss it when it's not there. Charging cold steel 3 times. Everyone knew Colonel Sevier's rugged frontiersmen for their long rifle marksmanship and their touchy eagerness for a brawl. But no experienced military man of that day expected men armed only with hunting weapons to be able to face and defeat real soldiers trained to use the bayonet. It had never happened until Kings Mountain. 3 times long hunters from eastern Tennessee charged up this mountainside. Once, then twice, they were chased back down by Tories wielding 17-inch long bayonets. Somehow, Sevier's patriots found the courage to stop running, turn around, and go back up against that fearsome cold steel one last time. Also, you know, the British wore the redcoats. Kind of stand out in red. Just been wearing camouflage. I know they didn't really have camouflage then, but they could have at least wore green. The Hoover Monument. I have a feeling that kind of goes back around. We're gonna go to the monument because why not? You guys want to see the monument? All right, let's not get lost today, okay? Get lost and abandoned in the woods. see me make shelter, hunt for my own food. Oh, I finally see some people on the trail. Okay, it ends right here. Okay, this is the monument. Presidential recognition. This is a place of inspiring memories. President Hoover's words were broadcast by the radio coast to coast in the United States and in Great Britain. Within a year of his visit, Congress established Kings Mountain. So look, President Hoover was here. 1930. Well, I want you guys to see it. On this side, President Hoover addressed an audience of 75,000 at the celebration of the Sesquicentennial of the Battle at Kings Mountain. Huh. We're standing at a spot where the president has been. Get a picture. Well, that's cool. I don't know if I've ever stood in a spot where a president has stood. Maybe I have, I don't know. They must be walking because they didn't stop up this way to look. Probably just walking the trail. Did you get 75,000 people down here? I feel like hopefully it's not messing the microphone up. The strap on my hat keeps hitting the microphone. Uphill. We're at 28 minutes now. Maybe it's best to walk this trail in reverse. Then you'd be going downhill. Oh, we're gonna need another water break here soon. I should have taken a water break at the monument. We're literally climbing a mountain right now. Yeah, look, more hill. Can you tell on the camera? Big hill too. Yeah, we're definitely sitting at the next bench. Oh my goodness. You can do it. Hey, how you doing?
Fine, how you doing?
Pretty good. Oh no, more hill. Drive the enemy. The ridge ahead was craggy and rough and covered with flaming smoke. Campbell's Virginia Regiment had drawn a tough and bloody assignment to lead the first strike against the Tories. Whew. The ridge ahead was craggy and rough. It looks, even today, craggy and rough. Oh, we got the monument ahead. I think we're actually getting close to the end. In honor of the 3 known African American patriots and others who participated in the Battle of Kings Mountain. Andrew Ferguson, John Brody, Esaias Bowman. Okay, hill. There's a monument up there. I feel like the monument is close to the end, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, this would be better walking in reverse. Look at this really a cool acorn. Look, perfectly shaped. Wow. That's awesome. Americans in redcoats. British war drums bellowed the alarm as 120 battle-hardened veterans in red took their places in line here. They were first to face the Whig woodsmen moving up through the trees below, mounting bayonets as they had in countless drills before they charged the riflemen. Huh. We're going to sit we'll come back and look at this monument. I just want to sit a moment. Go on, we'll sit in the shadier part.
I know. Why do you have to come back up?
I'll just make sure you guys can see the monument. I'll walk up and get a picture, and then I'll bring you guys up closer to it. Like I said, I'll post all these pictures on Discord later. Here on the, I can't make out what that says, day of October 1780, the British forces commanded by Patrick Ferguson were met and totally defeated. Probably couldn't, I didn't have it on the thing when I was reading it. It's hard to read some of it. That's cool though. Memory of the patriotic Americans who participated in the Battle of Kings Mountain. This monument is erected by their grateful descendants. All right, let's press on. We might be getting towards the end. Once again, I always have to point out some kind of tree, like that tree. I hear voices behind me. It's either the spirits of the British troops or someone's walking the trail. Let's hope it's the latter. To honor Colonel Asbury Coward. It kind of sucked to have a last name Coward and be a soldier, right? Coward! Loyal Carolina men. As soon as Charleston fell, there was a proclamation for all to come forward. Peace and pardon should be granted. Vast numbers flocked in and submitted, some through fear, some through willingness, others perhaps through a hope that all things would settle down and war cease. Hey, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. You can kind of tell from this view up here. I mean, yeah, you probably can't tell, but we're on a mountain. We're looking downhill, and I like it because we're finally going downhill. Let me see if we can look down this way. But we're definitely up on a mountain. Probably can't tell as well on the camera. I would like to, if I have to do the pre-recorded, going downhill that way too. Especially during the fall, I would like to go to the mountains because I live so close to the mountains. The Appalachian Mountains, and looks beautiful in the fall. But signal's always questionable. I could try to do the thing where I can try to live stream and also have it recording at the same time. So if for some reason the signal was just horrible, I would still have a good video. Oh, it's such a nice view. You can see the mountains out that way. Let's see if I can zoom in on that little clearing in the trees. Mountains. We're on a mountain now. Smaller mountain, but still a mountain. I don't know if I know where Fire Trophy lives in Wisconsin, in Zigzag. We have mountains. Scotch, I don't know if you have mountains in Australia. I live at the foothills of the mountains. So some places I can drive, I can actually see the mountains in the distance on a clear day. Oh, we got a bigger monument ahead. Caught in a crossfire. Hard pressed on every side, Ferguson's men fell back to their camp, which lay in the saddle of the ridge you see just ahead. As some Tories tried to surrender, bullets continued to pour into their ranks from all directions. Too late, they saw they were pinned down in a deadly crossfire. Patriots, rounding up Tory prisoners, remembered how British Colonel Tarleton had ordered rebel prisoners taken at nearby Waxhaws to be killed in cold blood. Even as the heat of the battle cooled atop Kings Mountain, few Tories were shown mercy. Ugh. Oh, that's a big monument ahead. We're going down the mountain. It's shaped similar to the Washington Monument. So was that other one. But this one's a big monument. Much taller than I am. I should get a long shot of it. Hold on while I get the camera out. Nope, not facing me. All right, I'll just keep it in my hand because we're going to take some more pictures as we get closer to it. On camera, I don't know if you guys can tell how big this thing is. It's actually really big. Now we're going to get down here and I will set it down and try to angle it looking up. Let's read what it says first. To commemorate the victory of Kings Mountain, October 7, 1780, erected by the government of the United States, to the establishment of which the heroism and patriotism of those who participated in this battle so largely contributed. Oh, there's a list. I'm not going to read them all out. Killed. I'll get a picture of it. On this field, the Patriot forces attacked and totally defeated an equal force of Tories and British regular troops. The British commander, Major Patrick Ferguson, was killed and his entire force was captured after suffering heavy loss. This brilliant victory marked the turning point of the American Revolution. So if you think about it, us Americans should be thankful that a victory happened here, or things could be very different today. All right, we're in the shade right here. I'm going to try to, let's see, I'm going to set this down. We want to go the other way. I don't know how good that's going to look, but I want to get some pictures. I can't even get. All right, get some pictures of these plaques. And if anyone's wanting to see the list of people who didn't survive, I do have a picture of it. Now I want to get the. There we go. Yeah, I don't even know what the view that you guys were having. Hopefully it wasn't bad. All right, we're probably getting close to the end. That's a cool monument. Also, I love this tree right here. Yes, we're going downhill. Still have a little bit of the trail to go. We're at the 48-minute mark, so not bad. In honor of Lieutenant Colonel James Hawthorne, commander of Colonel William Hill's. I need to look him up. Regiment, York County troops in the Battle of Kings Mountain. Colonel Hill, having been disabled by wounds received in a former engagement. Let's look at that. That's a cool view. You know, I need a picture of that. That's just a, like I said, the photographer in me. The photographer in me, I gotta get a picture of that. The tree, the monument. All right, we don't want the trash can. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's absolutely gorgeous, if I do say so myself. All right, downhill. Got a nice cool breeze. I love it. Feels so good. For long, I won't be wearing shorts. Usually starts cooling off, like major cooling off, about the end of October here. I need to tuck the little strap on my hat down my shirt. I feel like it keeps hitting the microphone. I've seen several. It looks like maybe there was a fire or something at one point. Oh goodness, we're walking. We still got at least got Major Ferguson Falls. The chaos of battle roared along this ridgetop, piercing the din of gunfire and wounded men's groans. Ferguson's silver whistle shrilled, rallying his Tories. 2 horses were shot out from under him. Ferguson seemed to be everywhere at once. While he was charging and slashing at the advancing of Whigs, 8 or 9 rifle balls struck the Major at the same time. His unusual checkered duster had made him an easy target. Yeah, the red stands out. Ferguson fell from the saddle, his boot caught at the stirrup. Fierce fighting continued as Captain Abraham de Peyster assumed command, but not for long. Minutes later, the king's men were laying down their arms as white flags fluttered here and there amid the swirling gun smoke. Is this where Ferguson supposedly? I think it is. Yep, that's where he fell. Right? No, that's it's hard to read now. Oh, there's another. Wait a minute, is that the one we saw earlier? Well, let's go check it out. I see a flag. No, it's not, because it's different. Don't fall, Kevin. This tablet marks the spot where Colonel Frederick Hambright was wounded. Makes you wonder, how do they know the exact spots? After the war, did people like come back and be like, hey, this is where this happened and this is where that happened? We're going way downhill now. Look at the, I don't know what kind of plants or flowers those are. Very scenic. I should get a picture, huh? Hold on, let's see if I can get a picture. Take a few steps back. Oh, I see what we're coming up on next. I remember that. Here. That should look good. Now this is historical. You can probably see the pile of rocks behind. I think that's symbolic, I'm not sure. See the pile of rocks behind this monument stone? Yep. To the memory of Colonel Patrick Ferguson, 71st Regiment, Highland and Light Infantry, born in Scotland, killed in action at Kings Mountain while in command of the British troops, soldier of military distinction and of honor. This memorial is from the citizens of the United States of America in token of their appreciation of the bonds of their friendship and peace between them and the citizens of the British Empire. I mean, obviously he was the enemy during this battle, but you know, the United States and the UK have a really good relationship now. But this is his memory, this monument for him right here. I don't know if he actually died right here. I feel like there's been a couple of spots where we've seen stuff about him, but I got a picture of it. I love the stonework. Well, now we're going back uphill. I'm going to get my phone back in my pocket. Uphill. We should be getting to the end. I remember that monument being close to the end, so we should be wrapping around to the visitor center. And we're at 57 minutes, so yeah, we're going to hit about the hour mark. Don't say you don't learn anything on my streams. Had a history lesson today. Probably go home. I'll relax. And I'll stream this later. Look back that way, you see? That was the hill we walked down. I wouldn't want to walk up that hill. Yeah, I see the visitor center ahead. But you guys see the visitor center. I don't want to drive on the interstate. I drove on the interstate to get here. You can take a back road home. But I might go try to get a picture at the South Carolina state sign, the state line. See, there's a lot of fire damage. I wonder if there was a wildfire here. American victors. Imagine hundreds of men dressed more or less alike, hearts still pounding from the fever of battle, moving around this hillside as the sun sets. Whigs and Tories both slept on wet, cold ground amid the groans of wounded and dying men. It was October, so yeah, it'd have been cool here. Americans vanquished. In these woods, dazed Tories hurriedly buried their fallen comrades using only logs and rocks. Dr. Uzzel Johnson of the New Jersey Provincials spent the night with several hundred men with wounds, tending friend and foe alike. At dawn, a long line of prisoners stumbled away under guard. In a few weeks, some would be paroled. Many would escape and return to the king's ranks. A few judged notorious plunderers would be hanged, and none would see themselves or the king's causes as they had before King's Mountain, nor would their leaders in London. All right, we're coming back to civilization again. Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Yeah, if you lived around here, this would be a cool trail to walk all the time. Get a workout with the hills. Oh my goodness. Alright, we'll walk to the, we're not going to go inside the visitor center. I don't know what the rules are about video recording inside. It's a nicer visitor center than Cowpens. Is that where we started? Yes. Carolina backwoodsmen. Distinguished race of men are more savage than the Indians. Possess every one of their vices, but not one of their virtues. Liberty. All right, let's. Park closes at 5 o'clock p.m. All right, I'm gonna end here. That's a cool wind chime. I'm gonna end here. I think I'm gonna go to the restroom before I head back. But I'll stream this later. Everyone have a great day. Thanks for walking with me, and peace out.